Welcome to Bitcoin Amsterdam 2024. The Amsterdam interviews are powered by Bitfavo, and we're talking here with Tomek from Alby.
Yay, the Alby guys.
Yeah, we've seen each other every day now, right? It started with Nostr.
Yes.
And now here.
Are you already getting a bit
you missed the
irritated
quiz.
by each other? It's
like we nod. We are at a stage of like, hey.
He didn't let me win the quiz. That was it was my mistake.
We had a quiz, but it was everybody is on his own.
I want to do it again.
We can repeat Nostrivia.
Yeah. I love it. Hey, we wanted to talk a little bit about the new Alby Hub and the Alby Go. Well, let's start with the Alby Hub specifically. It's being pitched as a superpower for Bitcoin users. Love it. What sets Alby Hub apart from other self-custodial Lightning wallets, especially in terms of app connections?
Thanks for this question. It's nothing that revolutionary because this development in Lightning Network in Bitcoin is always following some work done by mostly open source contributors. And Alby is completely almost open source company, and our products are open source, so you can build Alby Hub with us. And Alby Hub is a bit step forward with easiness of use for Lightning users that want to have full custody over their keys, over their Lightning nodes.
Yeah.
So at Alby we've been providing lots of infrastructure, libraries, tools to make using Lightning on the web and Nostr on the web, and not only within apps, easier and better. And Alby Hub is our next stop. It's an open source self-custodial wallet, which is a full node, Lightning node that can use 6 different backends that is very well connectable to apps with Nostr Wallet Connect, and it's quite easy to use. So that's, I think, if somebody wants to run your own node, Lightning node, I guess it's the best moment and the best tool to start to.
And the ability to connect directly with apps using Nostr Wallet Connect and NWZ is a major feature of Alby Hub. I also use it myself. Could you tell us more about how NWC improves the experience of connecting Lightning wallets with apps?
We can use Lightning nodes and wallets to send and receive, and maybe can link our phone. But if we imagine Bitcoin as an actual money of the internet, there would be a different agents using sats on your behalf. Your phone, your extension, your Spotify, your Tesla, your app, your sister. People could use your sats, but would they all need to run their own Lightning node? Perhaps it's self-custody is not for everyone, and Lightning will not look that everybody will run their own node. Not everybody has to, but you can today, and thanks to Nostr Wallet Connect, share your node with other people. So Nostr Wallet Connect essentially issuing permissions to use sats from your node that are very easy to implement. They are quite secure, very secure, and quite customizable. So you can share those permissions with your Spotify, Roomba, Tesla, so they can use your node. I don't know, to pay for Zap within an app, to pay for a song, to use it on the go in your pocket. It's possible thanks to Nostr Wallet Connect, and we believe it not only brings down the cost of users to use Lightning nodes, because now many users can do it, and many apps can use different same wallets from different wallets from the same node. But it's also just making self-custody easier.
Yeah, and it's a more heard argument, right? It's also that what Fedi is working on, that you have maybe one person in your family that's running the node, and the other people that are just able to connect to the family node in that case, or maybe the head of a town or a community is running just one node, and other people can connect using the node and connect to it.
You can connect your Stacker News, you can connect your podcasting app, you can give somebody else an Alby Go wallet, so these apps or these people could just scan the QR code, and they have permissions to use sats from the node, or to receive, or to read the balance. So it really makes onboarding of these people easier, because they don't have to now register to certain wallets. They don't have to start their own node and open channels, but they can become your member of your family, so to speak.
It's also easier to orange pill then.
Because I guess. I mean, orange pilling is probably any conviction to any ideas is probably the best with practicing it.
Yeah.
So using Lightning is...
Yeah. And if you can explain it like that, simple, and use it in a simple way, then I think it's best. Hey, you also integrated, and I love that, an app marketplace into the Alby Hub. What kind of apps are available, and how do you see this evolving? What are perhaps also some new use cases that you envision for integrating payments in apps?
So the marketplace users can find in their hubs is basically a list of apps with instructions that use Nostr Wallet Connect and can connect directly to the hub. And also the ones that we recommend. The list of such apps that are possible to use Nostr Wallet Connect with is much larger. We maintain a list also on NWC on GitHub. And I think there is currently around 60 apps that use this protocol. And also a few wallets already, like Umbrella Start 9, LeafPay, Coinos, Alby, Still Mutiny, can issue those Nostr Wallet Connect connection secrets, and you can use their wallets with apps.
Yeah, so you can, all the Umbrella users, that's of course very easy.
So on Marketplace you can find many apps. There are games, right? There are some other wallets that you can connect with. There are mobile wallets. But this list will evolve for sure, and we've seen this this 60 apps within, I guess, few months since Nostr Wallet Connect is public.
Yeah.
Goes very fast.
We already elaborated a bit about it. In what ways does Alby Hub lower the technical barriers for users who want full sovereignty, but might be intimidated by running their own node? Because we see that a lot, obviously. Especially, I mean, if I want to orange pill a friend of mine and I'm convincing him to run a node, he's kind of intimidated. How do you guys make sure that it lowers the barriers for that person?
Well, we are still discovering it with our users, with our partners.
It's an ongoing process, right?
Yeah, we host onboarding sessions twice a week with our users, with users that want to just be navigated through it. But we're also learning a lot from hosting those sessions, because we see where users struggle, where we maybe in the next release should add some info pop-up explaining, hey, this is outgoing balance means this and that. So we try to design an interface that is taking user by hand, saying, okay, this is still user Lightning Network, you have 5 steps, right? First open your channel, then do an app connection, etc. And then at the end also make a backup of your keys, because running your hub means owning exclusive ownership of the keys to the on-chain wallet from which these channels are being opened, right? And Alby Hub integrates those existing before, but services like liquidity service provider. Now you don't have to go out to the internet and read about, okay, how can I buy Lightning liquidity? Who is this company? We have integrated few this LSPs, Lightning service providers, partners, so users don't have to. Like some years ago, we've been opening this Lightning torches. There were like some loops that you had to like balance your channels. Now, basically, to use Lightning node, Lightning Network, for most cases, it's good and enough to have 2 or 3 connections to these LSPs. Some of them are recommended in the hub.
It increases like the interoperability also.
You can do one channel and you're connected. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's interesting because we put a lot of time and effort during the Rings of Fire concept to help understand how Lightning works with the channels.
It's inevitable that these things will get easier, and we are still on a quite early part of this road. There is still like many things that are moving parts in like Nostr Wallet Connect. This Nostr relays, here is nodes. There are different backends to this nodes. They need to talk to each other, right? So there will be also probably some interfaces or unification of language, or some more libraries for developers. There is still a lot of stuff that we are still figuring, and it's really early. So I'm not surprised that, it's easier than it was 2 years ago. For sure, imagine what will happen in 2 years.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you don't think that it's perhaps too early to make things this simple? Because then you don't understand the inner workings.
A good question. I think we still, as an ecosystem, it's because it's not only on Alby, right? But as an ecosystem, we still need a bit of more guides, more memes, more tutorials, people helping each other, because it's still like, yes, we have onboarding sessions, but eventually the ideal product is that when you don't need anyone to help you navigate through it, but
intuitive.
Some of the terminology is not yet figured. How do you call the possibility, the rest of your channel that you don't have sats on your behalf? Is it outgoing capacity or receiving balance? Or we sometimes have this also. It's a design problem. We have to look at how other projects tackle those issues, and hopefully, language will.
We also talk about with people who we onboarded. I know back in the days that a local balance and that
people were making visuals.
Where is it?
It's so difficult to grasp, right?
So Alby Hub is this next step. If we wouldn't do it, somebody else probably would have done it. Whatever Alby makes is open source, so whatever happens also with Alby as a project, this software stays, and already there are businesses building on top of it and using our code, that's how open source world should look like. So it's not a revolution. It's not a revolution, but it's a quite noticeable, I guess, releasing of Alby Hub and Alby Go quite recently. That's also a very lightweight mobile wallet. Is a quite nice milestone in evolution.
Alby Go. Take it away, Eddie.
Indeed. It's designed to make Bitcoin payments easy on the go. That's why it's called Alby Go. Could you walk us through how Alby Go achieves this, and especially compared to other mobile wallets?
If I only I left my phone somewhere, but there is not much to guide through, because you basically connect your wallet.
So easy,
it supports multiple wallets. So it's, imagine Blue Wallet. Many of your users know it. You could connect it through LND Hub to some Lightning node, some LND node. So we do kind of similar model, but with Nostr Wallet Connect. And the interface is super simple. You have multiple wallets, and you can have multiple. To each of them, you just need to connect. So connection is taking this permission token from the hub or from Mutiny or whatever wallet uses Nostr Wallet Connect. You scan it with QR code, or you paste it, and it's connected. You can give it customized permissions to this app from your node, whether this should see your transaction history, this app from your node, because you don't have to connect it to the hub, or you can connect it to multiple. You don't have to connect Alby Go to the hub. This protocol is open, so there is so many possibilities, and the usage of hub of Go is you scan, connect, and then you just have send, receive, and balance.
Easy as it.
We don't need more, right?
No.
Maybe could, but in other apps.
But Hub is a great companion for Alby Go users, of course. It enhances mobile experience.
For any users that have their nodes and their node, maybe Umbrella, maybe Start9, which is very often the case. They want to use their node on the go. Nostr Wallet Connect is a bit simpler, faster, and more versatile way to connect, to use your node on the go.
And did you guys also faced some challenges when building these seamless integrations with the Lightning nodes? You mentioned Start9 and Umbrella, for instance. Did you had some challenges you faced when building that integration?
I mean, of course, it's a process that there are always some bugs.
Trial and error.
Before. So we've been building this app for months. Still, not all Lightning backends like CLN is not yet implemented.
Okay.
Because maybe it's a bit too challenging to implement. But there is already 6 backends, and it's just version like 1.10. So there will be more, I guess. And we invite all open source contributors who are willing to check Alby GitHub. You can suggest such features or maybe help us build them.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, well, self-custody, of course, is central to both Alby Go and Alby Hub. I love that. With the increasing convenience of custodial solutions, how do you plan to convince more users to embrace self-custody through Alby products? Or do you think, well, just install Alby Go and you fall in love with it? It's so simple.
You fall in love, but still you need some node on a backend. And running node is not effortless, it's not free, it's not for everyone. So for some people, custodial solutions is probably not the total evil or anything like that. It's just a better solution. Like I still, I guess, custody lots of my data or emails on Gmail, and I could self-host it server. There is always some specter to it, but I guess all of us on either side of whether using third party or you're sovereign, we guys eventually everyone will notice that convenience comes with some price.
Sure.
And what is the price for this convenience? You pay for the service? No.
Yeah.
You sell your data.
Who knows about your data? Who can maybe at some point take away your sats?
Yeah.
So there is always so many setups, and I love it about this whole ecosystem that there is no one perfect solution. Okay, either you use Wallet of Satoshi or use Alby Hub with Alby Go. No, you can rent BTC Pay server, reinstall it on DigitalOcean, and you need to trust also the DigitalOcean. There is always so many also levels of trust. That self-custody is also not binary. Your setups are not binary. Everybody can figure their own what fits their needs. I hope it doesn't make it too complicated for the new users. Oh, I would rather just install and have it. Yes, there are such users like this, and we need to also appeal to them.
And also help them not to make mistakes, I think.
Yeah, especially since it's a self-custody, yes. So we cannot recover your keys.
No.
It happens, of course, right?
Well, there's still some work to do. I mean, that's fair to say, I guess.
Like work on the educational side also.
Educational side. Yeah. Maybe some users would actually like to give us some trust for backups.
Yeah. Because you can host it with Alby also. There's a paid solution I saw in Hub.
There's a paid solution, and that's actually our business model now, that we host software for you, which we know because it's open source, which we know because we build it, we can maintain it, update it for you, and there are certain also perks coming with subscription to Alby Cloud. It's like now 10,000 sats a month. And then we install the hub for you on our cloud, but still you install it with your password. You need to trust, of course, that is the code that we install.
Indeed.
But we don't know your keys. You're always free to save your channel backup, take your keys, and move it to another machine. We are not able to recover it for you. So it's a self-custody in the cloud.
And you said you're paying 10,000 sats for that, and that's a fixed price.
That's per month
in Bitcoin. I mean, or
that's a fixed price currently after discounts that everyone gets. Initial discount. We didn't have a great model on how to make price. We are still discovering how much actually the cloud will cost us. So
because I can imagine that your service provider you can't pay them in Bitcoin, right? So there's a risk for you guys if you're only accepting Bitcoin.
That's true. There is, of course, there is some. You need to adapt to a biggest price change, and I guess we will. Yes, we will respond to the demand. If you guys tell us, well, change your price because Bitcoin 10x we might probably, or maybe some users would like to have annual option. We are still figuring it out. We didn't know what would it be, so we put 21,000 sats.
Okay. Cool.
So it's like when you don't have a strategy, we give out this number. After discount is 10,500.
But this is the first time that there is a paid solution or paid product from Alby, right? So it is very interesting now.
From Alby, yes, that's true. That's true.
Oh, great!
I guess you know this. Everything we do is open source. And after all, you need to pay the cost somehow.
Exactly. So, sure.
Open source running open source company and building a business model on it. It's not easy, especially in the space that is only nascent, I guess.
And now you have something in two flavors, and I think that's a good thing. You can run it in the cloud. It's also self-custody, but then
you can use Alby extension and still use it with your node. You can use Alby Go, which both are open source, like everything there. You can use it with your own node. We hope that we are providing blocks to the ecosystem that make building online easier. And there are many developers already that build their Nostr apps or some web apps with Lightning that use our repos for Lightning tools on JavaScript, or that use Nostr Wallet Connect to connect to Node, or Bitcoin Connect to call for payments in the browser. So even if this business model doesn't survive, but looks like it might, and we are evolving. And it's going well so far, I guess, with initial interest, at least, with Alby Hub and the cloud subscription. I guess regardless, those blocks will be useful. And who knows what will happen where we will have this conversation in 2 years. Because it's not only us that innovate, right? There is like so many other there's great stuff, and Nostr Wallet Connect makes them interoperable. Yeah, it's beautiful to watch this scene evolve.
Yeah, and it's nice that you say this because I was seeing at the talk with Alex Bosworth this morning about scalability of Bitcoin in the year 2050, and he ended the talk with, "I don't want to think about 2050. I need to think about next year, right? I mean, 2050 is a long way ago, and I mean, yeah, we have so much to do for next year even. So
I think there is so much to do for whole ecosystem as well.
yes."
Yeah.
Let's look at the number of Lightning nodes in a ClearNet. It doesn't scale yet.
No,
it's
that's correct.
There is still places to go.
That's correct.
There is still market to gain.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I hope we all learn how to build stuff that can maybe bring more new users, right? Some people who are first to Bitcoin, first to Lightning.
Yeah.
That's what I hope to. Yeah.
It's still yet to be figured.
Yeah. Well, to wrap things up here, Tomek.
Thank you for the promotion. It wasn't paid.
Yeah, no. Well,
you can zap them. Do you have this?
We will send you an invoice.
That's
we will
thing. Yeah,
we will send you an invoice. It's no problem.
But put your
discount for our listeners. No.
Yes, actually, we can think of a code. So let's put it in the description.
Yeah.
Okay.
We will do it.
Find a code.
Yeah. Hey, one thing I wanted to ask you personally: what are you hoping to get out of this conference yourself? Being here, Amsterdam, Bitcoin conference.
Well, I have 2 T-shirts already.
Nice. That's very practical. But other stuff, I mean, apart from your job or your role at Alby, obviously.
Well, this is a huge conference, and it's hard to even be on one space properly.
Yeah.
I have many people to meet, and they're in my nodes, and we are chatting. It's hard to find time because of the way there you meet somebody.
Yeah,
and
it's
record
crazy.
a podcast. Yeah,
That's
it's crazy. I want to figure out why people don't run their nodes. I see still Bitcoin Amsterdam is a bit conference where there is not that much of Lightning provenance, but but you can see that people are, from what I heard, are paying more in Lightning than in previous years. So happy to talk with them, talk to business owners. I listen even to some talks on stages. Yeah. I was in a panel as well, and I'm happy to see that there is actually many people in the audience. That's a nice contribution.
Yeah, that's right.
And many people outside actually.
Yeah. Nice.
Today's is too short maybe for such events. There could be these events maybe should be longer, but
and they can extend at our meetup.
What's happening?
Yesterday evening and this evening, so we will see you there. Well, thanks for your time, man, and
thanks, Tomek.
we keep in touch.
Thank you.
Till next time.
For shilling Alby. Hope you guys
of course.
try it out.
Yes. See ya. Thank you.
Bye.